Welcome to Locus Processoris. Have you ever dreamed of building your own powerful computer, but felt intimidated by all the tech jargon and tiny parts? Well, today, we're making that dream a reality for you. This video is for anyone who wants to build their first budget-friendly PC, even if you have no prior experience. By the end, you'll have a fully functional machine and the satisfaction of building it yourself, saving money and gaining valuable skills. Before we dive into the assembly, let's quickly go over the essential components for our budget build. Think of these as the fundamental building blocks of your computer. First up, the motherboard. This is like the central nervous system of your PC. It connects all your components and allows them to communicate with each other, ensuring everything works in harmony. Next, we have the CPU, or Central Processing Unit. This is often called the brain of your computer. It handles all the instructions and calculations, making your programs run smoothly. And to keep that brain cool, we need a CPU cooler. This prevents your processor from overheating, which is crucial for performance and longevity. RAM, or Random Access Memory, is your computer's short-term memory. It allows for quick data access, so your programs can run fast and efficiently. For long-term storage, we'll be using an SSD, or solid-state drive. This is where your operating system, programs, and all your files will live. SSDs are much faster than traditional hard drives, ensuring quick boot times and snappy application loading. The GPU, or Graphics Processing Unit, is optional for a budget build, as many CPUs have integrated graphics. However, if you plan on gaming or doing graphic-intensive tasks, a dedicated GPU is essential for rendering stunning visuals. The PSU is the heart of your system. It's responsible for supplying power to all your components, ensuring they have the energy they need to operate. Finally, the PC case. This houses and protects all your valuable components, while also providing good airflow to keep everything cool. Now that we know our parts, let's prepare our workspace. Always set up on a flat, non-carpeted surface to minimize static electricity. It's also a good idea to use an anti-static wrist strap, or at least frequently touch a metal object to discharge any static. For a non-conductive surface to work on, the motherboard box itself works great. Let's start with the CPU and cooler. Open the CPU socket's retention arm. Carefully place the CPU, ensuring the gold triangle or arrows on the CPU align with the corresponding mark on the socket. Close the retention arm to secure it. If your cooler doesn't have pre-applied thermal paste, apply a pea-sized dot to the center of the CPU. Then, install the cooler according to its instructions and connect the CPU fan cable to the CPU_fan header on your motherboard. Next, for RAM installation, open the clips on the RAM slots. Align the notches on your RAM sticks with the notch in the slot, and press down firmly on both ends until the clips snap into place. Refer to your motherboard manual for the correct dual-channel slot pairing for optimal performance. Now for storage, for an M.2 SSD, insert it at an angle into the M.2 slot, push it down, and secure it with the tiny screw. For a SATA SSD, mount it in an available drive bay. Then connect one end of a SATA data cable to the SSD and the other to a SATA port on your motherboard. Finally, connect a SATA power cable from your PSU to the SSD. It's time to install the motherboard. If your case didn't come with an integrated I/O shield, install the separate one into the case opening from the inside. Then, carefully align your motherboard with the standoffs inside the PC case. Gently but firmly screw it down. Don't over-tighten. For the PSU, install it into its designated bay in the case, usually at the bottom, with the fan facing downwards if it's a bottom-mounted PSU. Secure it with screws. Then, connect the large 24-pin power cable to your motherboard and the 8-pin CPU power cable to the top left of your motherboard. If you're installing a dedicated GPU, open the PCIe slot clip on your motherboard. Carefully insert the GPU into the top PCIe slot until it clicks into place. Secure it to the case with screws. If your GPU requires additional power, connect the appropriate PCIe power cables from your PSU to the GPU. Now for the fiddly bits, the front panel and fan connections. Consult your motherboard manual for the exact pin layout for the front panel headers. Power button, reset, USB, audio. Plug in your case fans to the fan headers on your motherboard. Start managing your cables neatly behind the motherboard tray for better airflow and a cleaner look. The moment of truth. First boot, connect your monitor, keyboard, and mouse. Flip the power switch on your PSU to the on position and press the power button on your case. If you don't get a display, first check all your monitor and GPU cables and ensure the GPU is seated correctly. If fans spin but no display, try reseating your RAM sticks. If absolutely nothing turns on, double-check all your power cables and front panel headers. Once your PC boots up successfully, it's time for the operating system and drivers. You'll need a USB drive with your chosen OS, Windows, or Linux prepared. Follow the on-screen instructions to install. After the OS is installed, download and install the latest drivers for your motherboard, GPU, and any other components from their respective manufacturers' websites. This ensures optimal performance and stability. Congratulations, you did it! You've successfully built your very first custom PC. We hope this guide was clear and helpful. If you found this video valuable, please like, share, and subscribe to Locus Processoris for more tech guides and insights. Let us know in the comments what components you used for your budget build. Happy computing!